Hello everyone, I welcome you all in this new presentation on business correspondence, and in this presentation we will learn about different formats and structure of business letters. So first of all we will get some idea about what is business correspondence. So it means the exchange of information in a written format for the process of business activities. Business correspondence can take place between organizations, within organization, or between the customer and the organization. The correspondence refers to the written communication between persons, and in short we can say it is an umbrella term used for any form of written communication that happens in business relationship. So here are three types of layout. So business letter layout is important, and there are three main layouts that are commonly used. First one is block format, second is modified block format, and semi-block format. In the subsequent slide, we will study each and every format in detail. So many organizations have their own style or writing a business letter, but here are some common examples. First one is block format. Block format is the most common layout for a business letter, is known as block format, and in this format, the entire letter is justified to the left and single space except for a double space between paragraphs. Now, what is modified block format? Modified block is another popular type of business letter, and the body of the letter and the senders and recipients addresses are left justified and single space. However, in this format, the date and closing are tapped to the center point. And the semi-block format, the least used style is called a semi-block, and in it, each paragraph is indented instead of left justified. Here you can see the layout of sample of these formats. So in this slide, we will discuss about professional font style and size. So while selecting a font size, we should consider the smallest size for our document. It will be easily readable, and we should choose font size between 10 and 12 points. If we choose font that is smaller than 10 point, it will be difficult to read, and the larger than 12 points font will seem unprofessional. So the standard font for business letter is Times New Roman size 12. And here you can see we have so many options of fonts. So let's discuss parts of business letter, which is very important to know for writing a good business letter. So the first one is address heading, and this is the writer's full address. And business letters usually have pre-printed letterhead which includes the company name, street address, city, state, zip code, telephone, and fax number. And if the letterhead is written on company's letterhead, then sender's name and address need not to be included. And the second one is date, and date includes month, date, and year, and that the letter is written on. Dates can have three formats. Here you can see some examples of dates. First one is American style, Oxford University style, and British and English style. Inside address. The inside address should include recipients or addressee's full name, company name, street address, city, state, and zip code. And this address is the same as the address that appear on the envelope. The title of the recipient should also be written, and generally informal letter do not include an inside address. Next is greeting and salutation, and write dear if you know the person's name, or address them by their first name. It is acceptable to use only the first name in the salutation. Then otherwise use dear sir or madam, or to whom it may concern. Either a comma or a colon can be used at the end of the salutation. Today a comma is more extensively used, and with the exception of the use of a title, dear member, and not a proper name. So use the name, same name as an inside address, including the personal title. Leave one line blank after the salutation. If you don't know a reader's gender, use salutations such as their job title followed by receiver's name. And it is also acceptable to use a full name in a salutation if you cannot determine gender. For example, you might write dear John Milton if you were unsure of John's gender. And we rarely include a subject line in informal or social letters. Next is the main part of the letter, which is body of the letter. So in the first paragraph, explain the purpose of your letter. And in the next paragraph, request the action you require, as in kindly do needful. And if appropriate, explain the circumstances of a request, providing additional information or justification as necessary. And this is optional. In the last paragraph, we conclude. And note, be sure to leave a blank line between each paragraph. However, no matter the format, and be sure to also skip a line between the salutation and the body, as well as the body and the close. Now complimentary closing, and this is the farewell phrase or word that precedes the signature and is followed by a comma. And closing should reflect a type of farewell or goodbye as a writer signs off. And it marks the end of the body of the letter. It consists of certain courteous words. Some example ranging from least formal to most formal are as follows. You can see here: sincerely, sincerely yours; cordially, cordially yours; yours sincerely, yours truly; respectively yours, and your respectively. While writing to the high officials, your obediently may also be used. Thank you is not considered an appropriate closing for a formal or business letter. Now next is signature, the signed name of the writer. Then identification line, formal or business letter include the full name of the writer printed below the signed name, two vertical space below the closing, and it includes the writer's professional designation and title with the organization directly below that, and the name of the organization which the writer represents. Postscript. Postscript is a brief sentence or paragraph introduced by the initials PS. It implies that the writer, having completed and signed the letter, had an afterthought, and although this is still commonly used in informal letter, and it is not widely accepted for use in formal or business letter. So this is the sample structure of the letter. How will you write your letter? And it will definitely help you if you will go through this format, and it is in block format. So go through this. Thank you. Sincerely yours, Dr. Anukriti Sharma.